It's July the 4th, 2018. Happy birthday, America. And greatest nation I think has ever been on the earth. Now, I say that and say that it's perfect, that it's maybe that right now, but not necessarily. We've got our faults. Nobody's ever tried to say that we didn't. But many people around the world today, or many Christians especially, are praying for America to be strong. If you want it to be weak, then that's your problem. You need to get over your bitterness and your unforgiveness and your negative thoughts, just continually dwelling on the negative, and take a little bit of time and look at the positive things that this country has done. It's done more to help countries around the world. It's delivered them from oppression. It has stood against the tyrants. Hitler would be probably in control today if he was lived that long, but the Third Reich would probably still be in existence if it had not been for America to stand up and deliver the rest of the world. Not saying that they didn't have anything to do with it. I know the other armies fought and brave men had died, but America came in before there was anything done on this shore, as far as I know, and stepped up and made a difference. And so I just want to play this song in honor. Like I say, I have no misgivings. Yes, we have many faults. And what we need to do is work on those faults, but we need to honor, I think, respect and give thanks to God for what He's blessed us with. A nation of freedoms. And you say you're not free? Well, you know, there's plenty of nations that if you feel like you'd be more free there, then they're there for you to go to. I don't mean to be obnoxious or anything like that, but that's just the way it is. Like I say, if you're unthankful and unholy, then that's the way you are. If you're a child of God, you ought to learn to be thankful in spite of the negative things that you see. Yes, we need to work on these things, but we don't tear down the whole nation. And we don't pull a whole nation down just because of a few things that are wrong. And we look at all the things that this nation has done over the years, and how the troops up in World War II, when they came into Europe, they were celebrated and welcomed, where a lot of times invading troops, so to speak, would be they'd be cowering in fear. But that's not true most of the time with American troops. But as our culture changed, that will change also probably. But enough of that. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the blazeful lightning of His terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. I have seen Him in the watchfires of 100 circling camps. They have built in Him an altar in the evening dews and dance. I can read His righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never sound retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before His judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer Him, be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with the glory in his bosom that transfigured you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us live to make men free, while God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. I've heard this song done many different ways, and some people like it slower. I particularly like, maybe I'll do that one day, but I particularly like the Marines Band version, and I think the reason I think that is it's called the Battle Hymn. It's a battle hymn. It all have a little excitement in it. I'll be to lifting people up, ready to go into battle. That's what we need to do as God's children. Not we don't battle like the world does. Our battle is not to do the things like Antifa and these other violent groups, whether right or left, the skinheads, whatever. Our fight is primarily taking the gospel of peace to a lost and dying world. And that's what this country's been about. Sent more missionaries. You know, we've fallen now to, I think, a 16th nation in the world as far as the number of missionaries that we send forth. We're in a decline. And that's the way it's going to continue to be unless we turn things around in this country and win more people to Christ. And God's people need to be about making America strong. I have no problem with that because there are tyrants all over the world that are ready to come and take up the void and conquer and put people into subjection and slavery. I mean, look at ISIS. You look at the communists, and boy, there's plenty of that influence in this country, and trying to bring and paint a good picture, just like Islam. The socialist and the communist can paint a good picture, and you know, they talk about the Islam being the gospel, the religion of peace. Boy, you know, you just need to pull the curtain back and look at the reality that's behind it. Pull that veil back and see the ugliness of that religion. I'm not talking about the people. Many people are, you know, just get into that. I'm not anti-Muslim. I'm anti-Islam, you might say. I'm really pro-Christ. And he's the true one that came to bring peace to this world. We know that the Bible says he came to also bring a sword, and that's only because that people will come out with a sword and reject everything about him. But his motive and his desire is for peace, and the peace, not an outward peace necessarily, but an inward peace in our hearts, and that'll bring an outward peace if more people just had that. Enough of that, though, and just wanted to do that for the 4th of July here on, like I say, 2018. So, again, happy birthday, America.